Hey everyone, welcome back to another eye-opening video. Did you know that the average Canadian salary increase of 4.1% is barely outpacing inflation at 3.62%? It's like watching your hard-earned raise melt away faster than an ice cream cone in July, leaving you wondering where your money went. In this video, we're going to show you why your paycheck feels more stretched than spandex at a buffet. We'll break down the numbers, expose the hidden costs, and give you the inside scoop on why Canadians are feeling the financial squeeze. Stick around as we unpack the sneaky factors putting your wallet on a tight budget. The incredible shrinking paycheck. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another video where we dive into the not-so-fun world of vanishing paychecks. Ever feel like your hard-earned money is pulling a Houdini act? Well, you're not alone. And today we're gonna break down why most Canadians are living from paycheck to paycheck. So picture this, you're a typical Canadian worker, and you just got a 4% raise. Time to pop the champagne, right? Well, hold on to your wallets, folks, because here comes the plot twist. While you're celebrating that extra cash, groceries and rent are throwing their own party. It's like wages are stuck in rush hour traffic while prices are zipping by on the express lane. Let's crunch some numbers, shall we? The average Canadian salary bump is sitting pretty at 4.1%. Sounds nice on paper, doesn't it? But here's the kicker, inflation is running at 3.62%. That raise is barely keeping up with the rising cost of living, let alone helping you get ahead. And don't even get me started on food prices. They've jumped between 5 to 7% in 2023. That's a lot of extra dough for your daily bread, and I'm not talking about the tasty kind. It's enough to make you wonder if your vegetables are secretly made of gold. Now, I know what you're thinking. But what about housing costs? Oh boy, do I have news for you. In stark contrast, rent has skyrocketed by an average of 10.61% across Canada in 2023. It's like landlords everywhere got together and said, hey, let's make it even harder for people to save money. But here's the real kicker, folks. Nearly half of Canadians are living paycheck to paycheck. That's right, a recent poll by Leisure found that about 47% of Canadians are spending their entire income on essential expenses with little to no savings left over. It's not just you feeling the squeeze, it's like the whole country is stuck in a giant financial vice. And if you think that's bad, wait till you hear about British Columbia. According to another poll, 54% of British Columbians reported spending all of their income on essential bills and expenses. That's more than half the province living on a financial tightrope without a safety net. It's no wonder so many Canadians are feeling stressed about money. When you're constantly playing catch-up with your bills, saving for the future feels about as realistic as finding a unicorn in your backyard. Emergency fund? More like emergency fund be nice to have, am I right? But here's the thing, folks. This isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about real people, real families, trying to make ends meet in an economy that seems to be working against them. It's about the anxiety of wondering if you'll have enough to cover this month's rent, or if you'll have to choose between groceries and keeping the lights on. The Great Canadian Job Shuffle. What's happening, folks? Welcome back to another eye-opening video about the financial roller coaster we're all riding these days. Ever wonder if a steady job is really the answer to all our money stress? Well, the Canadian job market just threw us a curveball. Remember when job security wasn't just a punchline? Those were the days, huh? Now, it seems like more Canadians are juggling jobs than a circus performer on Red Bull. We're not talking about picking up an extra shift here and there. No, we're talking about full-on job Tetris, where people are piecing together 2, 3, or even more part-time gigs just to make ends meet. It's like the good old days of the 9 to 5 went on vacation and forgot to come back. More and more Canadians are finding themselves in the world of part-time and freelance work. And let me tell you, it's not because they suddenly developed a passion for unpredictable schedules and non-existent benefits. This whole job shuffle thing? It's about as stable as trying to build a house of cards in a windstorm. 1 month you're feeling pretty good, maybe even thinking about treating yourself to something nice. The next? You're checking the couch cushions for spare change and wondering if your dog would notice if you split his kibble. And don't even get me started on the financial whiplash. It's like being on an economic bungee jump, but without the fun part. You're constantly bouncing between "I can afford groceries this week" and "I guess I'm having sleep for dinner." It's enough to make your bank account dizzy. Now, here's where things get really fun. Remember benefits? Paid vacation? Sick days? Yeah, those are becoming about as rare as a unicorn sighting in downtown Toronto. More and more Canadians are waving goodbye to these perks as they hop from gig to gig. It's like playing a game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Except the grand prize is just having enough money to pay your bills this month. When your income is as predictable as Canadian weather, saving money becomes a luxury. It's hard enough to budget when you know exactly how much is coming in each month. But when your paycheck is playing hide and seek, forget about it. And an emergency fund? For a lot of Canadians, that's become more of a "wouldn't it be nice" fund. It's like trying to fill a piggy bank with Monopoly money. It looks good, but it's not going to help much when your car breaks down or you need a root canal. This job instability is pushing more and more people into the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. It's like being stuck on a financial treadmill. You're running as fast as you can, but you're not getting anywhere. And the worst part? There's no stop button in sight. So, what does all this mean for the average Canadian? Well, it's turning financial planning into something that looks more like financial guesswork. How are you supposed to plan for the future when you can barely see past next week's expenses? It's like trying to navigate through a fog with a broken compass. You're moving, but you have no idea if you're going in the right direction. And let's not forget about the stress. Constant worry about money doesn't just affect your wallet, it messes with your head, too. It's hard to focus on anything else when you're constantly doing mental math, trying to figure out if you can afford both electricity and food this month. The taxman cometh. Hey there, folks. Welcome back to another eye-opening episode about why your wallet's feeling lighter than a feather these days. We've talked about inflation, rising costs, and stagnant wages, but there's another player in this game of financial whack-a-mole that we haven't mentioned yet. It's time to meet the taxman, and let me tell you, he's got a grip on your paycheck that would make a wrestler jealous. Now, I know what you're thinking. Taxes? Really? That's the big reveal? But hear me out. This isn't just about the chunk of change that disappears from your paycheck every month. We're talking about a whole system that's taking a bigger bite out of Canadians' wallets than you might realize. Let's break it down, shall we? When we talk about taxes in Canada, we're not just talking about one thing. It's like a buffet of financial pain. You've got your income tax, sales tax, property tax, and don't forget about that shiny new carbon tax. It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts, except instead of paper, it's your hard-earned cash that's getting sliced and diced. But here's where it gets really interesting. Did you know that the average Canadian works until June just to pay their taxes? That's right, folks. For half the year, you're basically working for the government. How's that for a fun fact to share at your next barbecue? Now, I'm not saying taxes are all bad. They pay for important stuff like healthcare, roads, and making sure we have a functioning society. But when you look at the big picture, it's clear that the tax burden on Canadians is heavier than a polar bear after Thanksgiving dinner. In fact, a recent study found that the average tax burden for Canadian households is among the highest in the developed world. That's right, we're winning at something, but it's not exactly the kind of contest you want to come first in. Remember that raise you were so excited about? Well, here's a fun twist, it might just bump you into a higher tax bracket. Surprise! It's like the tax system is playing a game of red light, green light with your finances, and you're always the one caught moving when the light turns red. And let's not forget about how all these taxes impact businesses. When companies face high taxes, they often pass those costs on to consumers. So not only are you paying more in direct taxes, but you're also paying more for goods and services. The real kicker in all of this? High taxes are leaving Canadians with less take-home pay, making it harder to save. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You keep pouring money in, but between inflation, rising costs, and taxes, that bucket never seems to get any fuller. All right, folks, we've laid out the financial minefield many Canadians are navigating. It's like walking a tightrope while dodging financial pitfalls. But don't throw in the towel just yet. There are ways to fight back against this economic pressure cooker. Creating a budget might sound boring, but it's a lifesaver when every dollar counts. Get creative with your entertainment choices and save where you can. Even squirreling away a few bucks for emergencies can be a game changer. Feeling overwhelmed? Don't be shy about reaching out to licensed insolvency trustees. They're not just for bankruptcy, they offer a whole toolbox of debt relief options. Hang tight, because in our next video, we'll dive into more strategies to help you weather this financial storm. We might even reveal a surprising money-saving hack. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.